shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Willis going to look to throw first play. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
We all knew how talented an athlete Malik Willis was coming out of Liberty, but lost in his running ability was simply how powerful an arm he has as well. There's not a throw in the playbook he doesn't have the strength to make. And it's all about how well he can place those throws. Between that arm and his legs, his ceiling, easily one of the top ones in the league.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Willis now off of play action. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Willis on 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Echols. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad blue deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll look to Willis to throw. Being chased out left. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Willis with it on 3rd and 1. And this one is incomplete.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. On 1st down, Willis. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Washington. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Can you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now? We could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now Lewis selects to return it. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On 1st down, Book. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Lions had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Now this defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Aaron Siposs out now to punt on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
A very solid gain of 27.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
If you're going to choose a franchise back from the 2022 class, most figured it would be Breece Hall out of Iowa State, and he was the first guy off the board to the New York Jets. More than looked the part of a bell cow offensive cornerstone at Iowa State, and by testing numbers, one of the best athletes we've seen enter the league at his position.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On 1st down, Willis. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points. Right, 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. And they go play action with Book. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Azeez Ojulari pushing in and dropping him. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat it?
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Point after here coming up. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score. Commanders 17.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Lewis selects to return it. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
60 Bison.
They'll run with Hall. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Breece Hall with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Lewis selects to return it. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the shotgun, it's Book. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Porter. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Taking it about the 16. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Mustang 19.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They go play action with Willis. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 1st and 10, it's Willis. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Lions 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the screen.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Now Lewis selects to return it. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Book. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jordan Davis in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Book now. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is going to continue.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Sliding out of the pocket. This pass is caught by London. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hall. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
That's complete right around the 8. Touchdown, Washington. Drake London, a 14-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Commanders 38, Lions 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Lewis selects to return it. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Lions take over first down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd down throw coming by Willis. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fourth down, Book, desperation time. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Off the play fake, here's Willis. And he wisely will throw that one away. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Lions take over 1st down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 11 now. Book. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marquise Bell. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. Complete passes bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Willis from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Book. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jordan Davis getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Book, that one is slant to McLaurin. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
He's at the end of 21 yards. That's good. For the Lions, first down.
On 1st down, Book. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Jordan Davis.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So defensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end.